What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Wallet Monkey channel where we give you all the credit intel you need to grow your wallets. So, not sure if you've been looking around, but inflation is on the rise. CPI is at 8.6%, 40-year highs. That's the highest since 1981. There's other things happening. The real estate market is starting to really cool down. There's been insanity happening in equities, cryptocurrencies, you name it. It has been chaos out there. And so people need or want a safe haven to store some cash. So today we're going to cover 8 bank accounts with 3% or more APY. Now I've got some caveats before we dig into this, and I've got a bonus 3 or 4 additionals I'm gonna give at the end. Just, 8 sounded good, right? So we went with that for the video. But before we get started, understand a few different things. First off, this APY on every single one of these accounts is variable. It could change at any point in time. Secondly, I'm not sure, and I'm not your financial advisor, I'm just gonna say that up front, but I'm not sure if parking $10,000 or $20,000 into an account that might get you 3% APY is the best use of your funds. Now, that's all gonna depend on what, bracket you fall into, right? Like higher earners, I'd say, people that are making $100,000 or more, it's not as big of a deal for most of those people to park 1 to 5K into an account, right? To get some APY outside of all the other things that they're doing. Next, I would say that this should not be your only strategy to combat inflation. We've done other videos on this. Macroeconomic videos on this channel do horrible because I don't know if it's just people don't want to know the truth or it's just boring or maybe they don't understand what the heck we're actually saying. But understand that there is a compounding effect to CPI. The CPI model itself is constantly being changed. So it's at 8.6%. For example, if we were to use the old 1980s model, then it would be 16 or 17% right now for the CPI. So that is all up for grabs as well and up for debate. All I would say is that there's a compounding effect to the interest itself. Over a 10, 20-year period, the actual amount of purchasing power that this hits you with is a lot. And I would argue that a little 3 to 5% account is just not gonna do it. Okay, but I'm sure you already knew that. Anyway, let's dive into it. If you've got a few $1,000s to park, these are some great places to put it. So 8 accounts. We're gonna start at the bottom with by far one of my favorites, DCU. Absolutely love this credit union. Been with them for several years. Easy. They've got other hacks that we can do with them. I've got other videos on the channel where 60, 90 days, they're starting to offer you pre-approval offers within your membership account. Like I said, they're easy to deal with, never really had any massive issues with them, and they offer 6% up to $1,000 balance in the account on a primary savings account. This is by far the highest. Now, it is also one of the lowest amounts in terms of the amount of money that you can put in there. Banks will often do this, credit unions especially, will do this to ramp up people's interest and to get more money locked up. A lot of times though, you're seeing this like 6%, 8% on like $500 though. So it's like, does that really do that much for you? Not really. But again, if you want another piece of diversification, these things are great. Next thing that I want to note before we really dive too deep as well is that most credit unions will pull Equifax. Most credit unions will pull your check systems. Make sure your check systems is in order. If you haven't, go on over to walletmonkey.io, the tools section at the top, and check out bank resources. Everything you need to know about primary credit bureaus, secondary and subprime credit bureaus, check systems, how to request it, all the links, everything that you need to get these things so that you understand what's going on fully with your credit report and check systems. You can do that right there. Okay, so they'll pull check systems. Most credit unions pull Equifax. Some credit unions will actually hard pull your credit to get you into the membership, but then give you either pre-approval offers immediately, like PSECU does that. They will give you pre-approvals immediately for credit cards and other loan products, and those hard pulls will be good for 30 days. So again, understand which credit union you're getting into and the rules of it. A lot of these are featured on the master credit card lender list on walletmonkey.io as well, but some aren't, okay? So we'll be adding these in. So DCU, my favorite. GCU, I actually didn't know about them. We're gonna go through some of these as well. I've got some links pulled up, which thankfully you weren't around when I first pulled these up because you probably wouldn't have liked some of my reactions. But anyway, GCU, Genesis Credit Union, 4% APY up to $7,500. This is a checking account. Okay, most of these are savings account, high yield savings account, right? Specialty accounts, CDs. This is just good old checking account. Okay, so that's why I put bank accounts because I did have savings accounts until I checked that out. Porte Bank, 3% APY up to $15,000. This is no restrictions. This looks like a nationwide bank. Genesis, we'll get into this in just a second. They do have membership requirements. Bank of Missouri, this is nationwide as well. 3% APY up to $15,000 in the account. Service CU. I actually was thrown off by this for a second because it looks just like Security Services based out of Colorado. So SSFCU, it looks just like that, but it's not. It's SCU. And this is 3% APY up to $3,000. They have membership requirements as well. Elements Financial, this is nationwide, 4% APY up to $20,000. HFCU, that's Hanscom Federal Credit Union, 5% APY up to $6,000. This has membership requirements as well. Aspiration Spend and Save account. This is like wide open. It's like a fintech. It looks like 3 to 5% on balances up to $10,000. Let's dive into the accounts now. They seem very into the climate and carbon taxing and all that, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a scary thing that's coming up. That looks like that's the next big push, is to make sure that you are offsetting your automatic offsets for negative climate impact on driving your car. All that stuff looks like it's going to be really, really important coming up. Banks are already starting to get behind this and figure out eligibility and taxing and all that on you breathing air. So however you feel about that, that's on you. But just know that this is up to 3 to 5%. The Conscience or Conscience Coalition, this is probably some sort of like network thing. You can look into that. I don't really care to. But based on what you're doing and your negative footprint, I assume that these rates that you're going to get are going to be extremely variable and go up even higher. Okay, so APY and savings, $1,000 monthly spend, terms apply, 3%, aspiration plus 5%. You always want to scroll on down past all the happy-go-lucky talk, and you want to go down to 5% variable, save account, 10% cash back for shopping. Okay, you want to go down here and always read this, right? Like I preach in every single video. Here we go. Customers not-enrolled in Aspiration Plus receive 3% APY. Terms and conditions apply. Look into that yourself, but always make sure you fully understand the offer before getting involved. A lot of people are going to just sign up to these accounts and get involved in banks that they don't even really like or don't even really know because they think that they're like getting ahead with this 3 to 6% APY that they're going to get. Again, remember, it's variable, guys. They could rug pull that at any moment. So keep that in mind. If you're signing up for a bank where you don't agree with them politically or whatever they're doing, don't even get involved. Like, is the 3% worth it? No, because you don't even know if you're going to get 3%. That's all I'm saying. Hanscom. This is, in the same genre of like military base, so Navy Fed, Penn Fed, USAA, right? Military affiliations if you're active duty or retired, so you could get an account that way in the same way that you got an account with Navy Fed. Partner organizations, which I thought I had the page pulled up, but here it is right here. And what's cool is that it says start the process today and a member of our team will help you join one of our partner organizations. So clearly they look very open to this. I would say that this is like nationwide, because if they're even offering to like help you get started, they want new enrollments, right? And a lot of times these savings rates and things that they're going to give you is because they want to increase enrollments. Okay, so there you go. And you can find out more about the company, and again, if you align, but if you're military affiliation in any sort of way, assume that they're pretty much like what you're used to dealing with, right? Federal government, employees, etc., etc. All right, so that's that. Service Credit Union, again, like even the font looked just like Security Services. I thought I was on the wrong site, but yeah, this is it. So here we are here, 0 to 500, you'll get 4.8, annual is basically 5%. And then 500 and up, you'll get 5% annual yield plus 0.25, or I'm not really sure. Nah, it's not both. You wouldn't be getting 10%. It doesn't have the little breakdown at the bottom, but you can click through and I'm sure they will give you a breakdown of the terms. Same thing here, I think I pulled that up. Yes, okay, for membership, active duty, anyone who currently works or worked at the Department of Defense or families, members of one of our selected employee groups, SECs. That's usually the case with all of them. Members of the American Council, Consumer Council. This is great. ACC, so this is a huge one. I know a lot of people are already members of ACC because they've dealt with other big credit unions that became viral on YouTube. So a lot of you probably are already members of ACC, so you can slide right in here. Again, make sure your check systems is in order. And here's basically what you'll need. You always usually have to deposit like $5 or $10 in both checking and savings. So same thing here. All right, so that's the setup for that. Here's another one, Portee. Looks like they're definitely taking advantage of Pride Month. Whether they believe in it or not, I guess that's to be determined, but they're definitely jumping in on the marketing. And so this looks like this is like a kind of a fintech. And I was scrolled all the way down to the bottom because of course they break down all of the interest rate stuff. Yes, higher interest rate of 2.97%, so 3% APY. Daily balance of up to $15,000 during a calendar quarter if you receive at least $3,000 in qualifying direct deposits into your spending account in that calendar quarter. So you only get the 3% if on up to $15,000 if you've had at least $3,000 qualifying direct deposits. Qualifying direct deposits and qualifying debit card purchase, I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to look into what they consider a qualifying direct deposit. I'm sure it's probably pretty straightforward and easy. Let's hope. And the interest paid on average daily balances of over $15,000 will be 0.20 of an APY range for this tier. Interesting. So 15,000 and below. They're definitely looking to increase membership basis. So yeah, dig into this. Again, if this is what, if this is somebody that you want to do business with, then sign up. And then to all my Michigan friends that live in Michigan, there's two great options for you. There's probably more than this, but Michigan has got a ton of hidden gems. They've got the Lake Michigan Credit Union, which we've featured in a video before, that had some insane deals going on. And now you've got Genesis. This is also out of Michigan, and they've got 4% APY on a checking account. So a high yield checking account. We're gonna upgrade your account, enroll in e-statements, get your debit card, there you go. So on a $5,500 a year balance, you get $226. Balances over $7,500 will earn 0.5%. Pretty good. I mean, it's definitely a larger amount. This looks like, the site is kind of old school, but this looks like this is definitely a site that you could, a bank that you could do regular banking with. Same with Lake Michigan Credit Union, right? Like if I lived in Michigan, those would probably be my two primary accounts outside of anything else I'm trying to build with, Chase or Amex, etc., right? Navy Fed, but yeah, these are definitely two good options. Like I said, the site kind of sucks, but yeah, it looks good. Okay, so let me leave you with three more. T-Mobile has a debit card, believe it or not, and T-Mobile Money pays 4% up to $3,000 if you make up to $3,000 balance. If you make 10 debit card transactions, I don't know if that's per month or in a quarter. Current, this is the one that you see a lot of YouTubers do sponsorship segments for. Current has savings pods, they call them, that earn 4% APY, and each savings pod holds up to $2,000, and you can have up to 3 different savings pods, so $6,000 in total, getting 4% APY. Again, as we've seen in the crypto space with earning APY on your Bitcoin, that might actually be problematic. These fintechs, I don't know how well they're insulated against recessions or economic storms, but as we've seen in the crypto space, when Bitcoin went from 40 to 20, now we have insolvency issues. It looks like Celsius has hired a lawyer team, and they're looking to proceed with bankruptcy. And there's Voyager that had problems. FTX had to come in and bail them out, give them a line of credit, as well as JP Morgan's looking to provide a line of credit to a couple other borderline insolvent institutions that provide yield and APY as well. So just be careful there, right? One Finance does 3% on a high yield savings with direct deposits. It's uncapped. So there you go. 11 total higher yield APYs, bank accounts that you could get to help fight inflation, my friends. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you got comments or data points, I'd love to hear data points on bureaus that they're pulling, additional things that maybe I missed, or other credit unions and institutions that you know of that are little hidden gems that you want to share. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, or if you just want to help us with the algorithms, do that. Click the like button. And if you're brand new here and you like this sort of thing, then stick around. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell notification, turn it to all. Be on the lookout. More videos coming soon. See ya.